In a bustling African village, a 16-year-old girl named Oma is known for her relentless defiance and unruly behavior. At school, she frequently challenges her teacher's authority, talking back and ignoring instructions, much to the frustration of the entire staff. Oma's rebellious nature extends beyond the classroom walls. She shows little respect for the elders and community members who try to guide her. Her frequent fights and confrontations have isolated her from her peers, painting her as a troublemaker in the eyes of the village. One afternoon, Oma crosses paths with Kwame, a notorious troublemaker known for his bad influence and reckless lifestyle. Drawn to his rebellious spirit that mirrors her own, Oma finds herself intrigued and captivated by his charismatic demeanor. Despite warnings from those around her, Oma embarks on a tumultuous relationship with Kwame. The two become inseparable, often seen together causing mischief and ignoring the concerns and disapproval of their community. Several months into their reckless affair, Oma discovers she is pregnant. Shocked and unprepared for the reality of motherhood, she grapples with fear and denial, desperately wishing to keep her condition hidden from her family and community. The weight of her situation begins to press heavily on Oma, but her stubbornness prevents her from seeking support or guidance. Instead, she withdraws further into herself, attempting to navigate this overwhelming reality alone. Overcome by panic and desperation, Oma attempts to terminate the pregnancy through various dangerous and unorthodox methods. Each attempt fails, leaving her increasingly frightened and emotionally drained. As the months pass and her condition becomes harder to conceal, Oma's fear transforms into a deep sense of hopelessness. The impending consequences of her actions loom over her, yet she remains resolute in handling the situation on her own terms. In the solitude of a dark, quiet night, Oma goes into labor alone. The painful and harrowing experience leaves her physically and emotionally exhausted as she brings a baby girl into the world without any support or assistance. Holding the fragile newborn in her arms, Oma is overwhelmed by a whirlwind of emotions, fear, regret, and a fleeting moment of tenderness. Unable to face the responsibilities that lie ahead, she contemplates the drastic decision of abandoning her child. As dawn breaks, Oma wraps her newborn daughter in a thin cloth and makes her way to the serene riverside on the outskirts of the village. With tears streaming down her face, she gently places the baby on the grassy bank, hoping someone else will find and care for her. Turning away from the river, Oma walks back towards the village, each step heavy with guilt and sorrow. The cries of her abandoned child echo in her ears, but she steels herself, convinced that this is the only way to escape the shame and burden she fears. Across the village, Ajoa, a compassionate woman who has long yearned for a child, rises early for her daily prayers. Childlessness has weighed heavily on her heart, and each morning she seeks solace and hope by the tranquil riverside. As she walks towards the river, the morning sun bathes the landscape in a golden glow. Ajoa's heart is filled with a familiar mixture of longing and faith as she whispers her heartfelt desires into the calm morning air. Amidst her prayers, Ajoa hears the faint, plaintive cries of a baby. Following the sound, she discovers the abandoned newborn lying helplessly by the riverbank. Shocked and elated, she gently lifts the child into her arms, feeling an instant and profound connection. Tears of joy stream down Ajoa's cheeks as she cradles the baby, sensing that her long-standing prayers have been answered in the most unexpected way. Filled with gratitude, she hurriedly makes her way back home to share the miraculous news with her husband. At home, Ajoa excitedly presents the baby to her husband, Kofi. Initially surprised, Kofi listens as Ajoa recounts the extraordinary events by the riverside. Moved by the sight of the innocent child, he feels his heart swell with love and compassion. After a heartfelt discussion, the couple decides to welcome the baby into their lives, seeing her as a blessing bestowed upon them. They agree to take the proper steps to ensure they can legally and rightfully care for her, beginning their journey into parenthood with joy and hope. Determined to do things properly, Ajoa and Kofi visit the local police station to report the found child. They provide detailed accounts of the discovery and express their desire to adopt and care for the baby if no relatives come forward. The authorities commend their honesty and compassion, assuring them that they can proceed with adoption proceedings after the necessary protocols are followed. Relieved and grateful, Ajoa and Kofi return home, eager to begin their new life as a family. Settling into their roles as parents, Ajoa and Kofi decide to name the baby Abena, signifying the day of the week she was found and honoring local traditions. The name resonates with them, symbolizing new beginnings and the joy she has brought into their lives. Their home transforms with the presence of little Abena, filling with laughter, love, and a renewed sense of purpose. Friends and neighbors visit to welcome the new addition, sharing in the couple's happiness and offering support. As months turn into years, Ajoa and Kofi devote themselves to raising Abena with unwavering love and dedication. They teach her the values of kindness, respect, and resilience, ensuring she grows up in a nurturing and supportive environment. Abena blossoms under their care, becoming a cheerful and inquisitive child who brings joy to everyone she meets. Her infectious laughter and bright spirit become a cherished part of the community, endearing her to all. The entire village takes notice of Abena's delightful presence and the loving upbringing she receives from Ajoa and Kofi. Many admire the couple's generosity and commitment, viewing their family as a symbol of hope and compassion. Abena forms close bonds with neighbors and peers, participating actively in village life and festivities. Her respectful and kind nature contrasts starkly with the troubled beginnings she unknowingly escaped, showcasing the profound impact of love and care. Recognizing Abena's sharp intellect and eagerness to learn, Ajoa and Kofi prioritize her education, enrolling her in the best schools they can afford. Abena thrives academically, quickly distinguishing herself as a dedicated and talented student. Her teachers commend her for her diligence and enthusiasm, predicting a bright future ahead. Ajoa and Kofi beam with pride at each of her accomplishments, continuously supporting and encouraging her to pursue her dreams. As Abena reaches adulthood, her hard work and determination pay off when she secures a prestigious position at a well-known bank in the city. The achievement marks a significant milestone, fulfilling not only her dreams but also those of her proud parents. Moving to the city, Abena embarks on a promising career, quickly earning respect and admiration from her colleagues for her professionalism and skill. Despite the distance, she maintains close ties with Ajoa and Kofi, often visiting and sharing her successes with them. Each evening after work, Abena notices an elderly woman lingering near the entrance of her office building, humbly asking passers-by for spare change. The woman's weary eyes and frail appearance stir a sense of empathy within Abena. Moved by compassion, Abena begins to regularly offer the woman some money, exchanging warm smiles and brief words of kindness. Though they are strangers, an inexplicable connection seems to form between them with each interaction. Over time, Abena's gestures of kindness become more personal. She starts bringing the elderly woman food and warm clothing, concerned about her well-being. The woman's gratitude is profound, her eyes often welling with tears at Abena's generosity. Through these small acts, Abena learns snippets about the woman's difficult life, deepening her desire to help. She becomes determined to make a more significant difference in the woman's harsh circumstances. One rainy evening, Abena approaches the elderly woman with an offer to assist her in finding better shelter and support. She suggests visiting a local aid center together, hoping to improve the woman's living conditions and health. Initially hesitant, the woman eventually agrees, touched by Abena's sincere concern. Together, they make their way to the center, marking the beginning of a deeper and more meaningful relationship between them. As they spend more time together, the elderly woman begins to open up about her troubled past. She shares a heartbreaking story of youthful mistakes, including abandoning a newborn daughter many years ago out of fear and desperation. Abena listens intently, feeling a profound sense of empathy and a strange, stirring connection to the woman's tale. The story resonates deeply within her, igniting questions about her own origins and the circumstances of her adoption. Troubled by the similarities between her own history and the woman's story, Abena decides to confront her adoptive parents about the details of her past. She hopes to uncover the truth and understand the possible connection between herself and the elderly woman. During an emotional conversation, Ajoa and Kofi reveal the full story of how they found her abandoned by the Riverside years ago. They express their endless love for her and support her desire to learn more about her origins. Armed with newfound information, Abena arranges a heartfelt meeting with the elderly woman to share her suspicions. Through shared details and emotional revelations, they come to the profound realization that they are indeed mother and daughter. The revelation overwhelms them both. The elderly woman breaks down in tears, filled with remorse and disbelief, while Abena grapples with a complex mix of shock, anger, and compassion. In the days following the discovery, Abena struggles to process her emotions. Feelings of abandonment and betrayal war with understanding and empathy, leaving her conflicted about how to move forward. She seeks solace and advice from Ajoa and Kofi, who encourage her to take her time and follow her heart. They express their unwavering support, reaffirming their love and respect for whatever decision she makes regarding her biological mother. After much reflection, Abena decides to give her mother an opportunity to explain and seek redemption. They meet in a quiet park, where her mother tearfully recounts the circumstances and fears that led to her fateful decision years ago. Hearing the pain and regret in her mother's voice, Abena begins to understand the desperation and hardships that influenced her actions. The conversation opens the door to healing, though the wounds are still fresh and tender. Abena and her mother continue to meet regularly, sharing stories and slowly rebuilding a fragile bond. Through honest and heartfelt dialogues, they explore their shared history and the lives they've led apart from each other. These interactions are filled with both joy and sorrow as they celebrate the chance to know one another while mourning the years they lost. Each meeting brings them a step closer to understanding and forgiveness. Recognizing the importance of unity, Abena introduces her biological mother to Ajoa and Kofi. The meeting is emotionally charged but filled with kindness and acceptance as they acknowledge the complex ties that bind them. Together, they share a meal and stories, finding common ground in their love and care for Abena. The gathering marks a significant step towards blending their lives and embracing a shared future. News of Abena's reunion with her biological mother spreads, leading to mixed reactions from friends and colleagues. Some question her decision, while others offer support and admiration for her compassion and strength. Undeterred by gossip and judgment, Abena remains steadfast in her choice to reconcile, demonstrating resilience and grace. Her actions inspire others to consider the power of forgiveness and empathy in their own lives. With Abena's support, her mother begins to rebuild her life, moving into stable housing and accessing medical care. Abena helps her find counseling services to address past traumas and work towards emotional healing. Witnessing her mother's progress brings Abena a deep sense of fulfillment and closure. Their relationship strengthens as they share more experiences and create new, positive memories together. To honor their journey, Abena organizes a small celebration bringing together her entire family and close friends. The gathering is filled with laughter, music, and heartfelt speeches, symbolizing unity and newfound happiness. And during the celebration, Abena expresses gratitude for the love and support she has received from all sides of her family. Her words touch everyone's hearts, solidifying the bonds that have been formed and healed through their shared experiences. Inspired by her own story, Abena initiates a community outreach program aimed at supporting abandoned children and struggling mothers. She collaborates with local organizations to provide resources, education, and counseling services. The program becomes a beacon of hope in the community, helping numerous families overcome adversity and build better futures. Abena's dedication and compassion earn her widespread respect and gratitude. Standing by the riverside where her life began, Abena reflects on her incredible journey from abandonment and adversity to love and success. Surrounded by her supportive family, she feels a profound sense of peace and purpose. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the tranquil waters, Abena looks forward to the future with optimism and strength. She knows that through forgiveness and love, she has transformed not only her own life but also touched the lives of many others. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.